society. Over the last several weeks, we've tried to answer this question. What is the role that university plays in society? Who makes up the world that we live in? Who contributes to its betterment? Who is responsible for the changes and the evolutions? And who is benefited or is adversely affected by them?
A very good morning. The 7 of us represent the society group. And over the next couple of minutes, we shall seek to explore the question of what society expects from universities. A thought that comes to mind in this regard is, what does society expect in general? So take a few minutes and think, okay, as we go ahead with our presentation, of course, of what you expect from your life in general. And this will, lead into what society expects from life and what society can expect from universities. Join us in seeking insights into a few global perspectives.
So open the door and here are the people. Let's take a journey. We find ourselves on the porch of an old house. The porch is large and open, and there's a warm summer breeze. A door stands ajar on the porch, and large windows are inviting the cool air in. An old man sits on a chair. That's David. And here, the conversation begins.
Hey, boy. I said, hey, boy.
Oh.
Why don't you speak when spoken to?
Sorry, Grandpa. I was attending a virtual classroom session for one of my MOOCs that I'm taking this summer. I couldn't hear you.
MOOC. Is that what they call an education these days? Walking around the world with those buds in your ears, ignoring everything that's going around you like it don't matter. Back in my days, an education was when this real person stood in front of you and spread their knowledge to you. I mean, what happened to that real person? You call that an education?
Well, Grandpa, this is a MOOC, and it's just as good or even better than a stand and deliver lecture. Plus, you don't have to pay for it.
Well, I guess the GI Bill could have paid for my education if I wanted it to. I still could have gotten a real person to listen to, even with that. But it didn't make sense. I got myself a good job right after the war, and hard work paid off. I didn't need a degree. Look at everything we have around us.
But, Grandpa, times have changed. Now everyone needs to go to college if you want to be successful.
Well, actually in Switzerland, that's not the case.
Oh, Grandpa, meet Fabian. He's from Switzerland. I met him at college. He's a friend of mine.
Nice to meet you. Well, in Switzerland, there are many ways to be successful. I choose the university track, but this is not the only way to achieve a happy life. Many of my friends choose other tracks, and they are leading happy, successful lives. Your father didn't get a degree, and he looks happy.
That's true, and I love my job. But everyone gets hired at my company these days has a degree. In fact, I heard some of the upper management talking, and they don't even consider somebody's application unless they have at least a bachelor's degree in something.
Yeah, that's because here everyone gets sent to university, whether they need a degree for their job or not.
But wait a minute, university is not about getting a degree. It's about being educated. It's about acquiring knowledge. It's about understanding the world. We pay, my dad and I, we pay tuition so you could go to university and make the world a better place. That's what my parents did, what your grandpa did for me when I went to college back in the 60s. So now I have a decent job and I'm able to save money for your education, so you go and be a better student.
Wow, that's much more of a discussion than I was looking for.
Very many wise men have offered their views on education. Out of the zillion ones available, we found this one pertinent to our discussion. And I'm going to try to read it off here. The central task of education is to implant a will and facility for learning. It should produce not learned, but learning people. The truly human society is a learning society. where grandparents, parents, and children are students together.
So the skit gave us an idea of what a typical family perspective might be. However, there are about 7 billion people in the world, and it's not difficult to imagine that there might be a multitude of perspectives that may exist in such a scenario. Let us present a few other perspectives and hear about their perspectives about society.
Schools. I expect universities to inspire our students and to help them decide whether or not to pursue higher education.
I'm an unemployed man, and I'm just looking for a job.
Taxpayers, I expect my hard-earned money to be used for a good cause.
Parents, I expect my kids to have a better standard of living.
Industry. I expect well-trained individuals to enter the workforce.
A farmer. I expect to acquaint myself with new, sustainable agricultural practices.
Historians, I expect the future generations to know where they came from.
Environmentalist, I expect a cleaner, greener, safer society.
Government, I expect universities to participate in nation building by educating responsible citizens.
Students. I expect to learn and to be able to get a job when I graduate.
Our presentation does not intend to have a conclusive end. I know it has been said before, but we seek to ask more questions and to open up for discussion. We have identified the university as an integral part of society. In fact, it is a dynamic relationship, ever evolving as one changes with the other. In fact, one can be seen to be quite incomplete without the other. Society, if we really think about it, is you and me. Society is you, and the need of the hour is to add you to university. Thank you.